Welcome back, everybody, to Talk of the Now podcast. And we're back again. I'm your host, Gene, and we have Jason, the one and
Hello.
only. Jason, how are you?
Oh, hanging in there, hanging in there.
Who are you?
To quote another person that talks on the radio, better than I deserve, Gene. There we go.
Oh, yes. You want to talk finances for the next hour?
No,
Oh,
there's numbers involved. No thanks.
numbers involved. Yes. Yes, indeed, there are. Well, we haven't met for a little while. How's it going, Jason? What's new with you, cat, that you like to
Nothing.
share with any
Yeah,
and
just
everybody?
just getting ready to have a child.
Hey-oh!
It's
Hey-oh!
probably around the
Just
first
sitting
part of
down there.
April. So yeah, just
Jason, you're going to be a daddy.
all that's involved in that. Yes.
Wow, that's exciting, man. I mean,
Yeah.
I've known it,
Yeah.
but that's exciting. You're about to be a daddy. You're about to have your world rocked. No pun intended. It's about to rock somebody's world, and your world's going to get rocked at the same time.
True. I think more mine's gonna get rocked. Yes.
Yeah, you got me on speed dial. So if you need any, you need an open ear for anything, I understand. I can empathize with a lot of different. My biggest, I guess, thing or that I would probably tell people is just be ready for any and everything. Because it's kind of like they say about Georgia weather. If you don't like it, don't worry. It'll change soon enough.
Mm-hmm.
Like a couple of weeks ago, we had like 10-degree weather or whatever, 15-degree weather, and then it got to be like 70 degrees, and I think it's about to get down to 24 again next week.
Thank goodness. Yes.
So I think it's the same way with parenting. One moment you're going through one thing, and you're like, I just wish things would change, and of course they'll change before you know it, or you're thinking, oh, I like the way things are now. I don't get too comfortable. They
Yeah.
just change right away. That's that's been one of my biggest takeaways from being a parent over the last however many years, which I guess most parents would probably agree with. Uh, Jason, have you started your new podcast? Yeah, you
No.
told me this. You want to start this podcast in 2022. How is it going? Is it off the
Still,
ground yet?
still in the development phases. There we go. Still in the development phase. There we go. That's the
Still on the board.
political answer. There we go.
It's still on the drawing board.
Yeah.
I can't. I cannot wait for it. I can't wait for it. I can't wait to watch it or
Mm,
be a fly on the wall and see what happens.
mm.
I mean, Jason,
Still have to,
you're yeah, huh?
still have to upgrade some equipment. So,
Uh, yeah, I've needed to upgrade equipment for about 3 years now, but that's okay. Um, we got what we need. You got a nice mic in front of you.
yeah, the mic's nice. Yeah.
You got a
That's for
camera.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had an interesting thing happen to me a few weeks
Uh-oh.
back. I well, I was in the kitchen, the old kitchen area, and I was walking around, and I kind of noticed I was like, this floor feels weird. It doesn't feel the same. And wife comes over and says, "Yeah, I agree with you. It's just not the same." And I'm like, you know what? I wonder if there's a little bit of water under this thing. So I got to looking, and sure enough, little drips of little bubbles of water would come out of the laminate flooring when I kind of bounced on it.
Oh
And
no.
so I got to working a little bit on it and found a place to pull up a plank. And sure enough, there was water under one of the planks.
Mm.
And I was able to trace it after I pulled up about 10 of them. And it came from the dishwashing machine.
Mm.
And turned out there's a little, most people may not know this, or you may know it. At least our dishwasher has a little floater thing, they call it. It's on the bottom of the thing. It's a little like, I guess it's a balancer or a leveler. And basically, I think it keeps your water, make sure the water is level in the dishwasher, that sort of thing. Anyways, it has like it's like a shaft, and the leveler sits on top of the shaft. It's like a plastic thing, almost looks like a round kind of,
Oh.
not hood, but sort of a round top, like
Hmm.
a spinny top that goes on top of it. And I think that it basically has a thing that makes it go up or down.
Right.
And
So it's a float. Yeah. Like you
it's a
have a
float,
float in
yeah.
the carburetor. Yeah.
So for whatever reason, it doesn't have like a seal. Like water could go up into this and down into that shaft and come out. So what I discovered was after I pulled this thing apart, because what I did was I pulled things out. I used a mirror to look underneath it as I was running the dishwasher, and sure enough, there was a tiny little drip that was coming out of the bottom of the dishwasher, and it was kind of seeping underneath a spot and going underneath the planks. And
Mm.
so what I did was I pulled that level out, and sure enough, there was a lot of gunk and a lot of sludge kind of stuff that was trapped up
Clogging it.
inside of it. So
Yeah.
my guess is the water pushed up into there, and it got inside of that, and then came down into the shaft and down and was dripping out. It was just enough drip to where you wouldn't notice it. And
Wow.
you know who pulls it their bottom of the dishwasher off to look every now and then to see if something's
Yeah.
leaking.
Really.
And so
I bet
yeah,
you will now.
I spent about the next 15 hours. Not well, probably spent about 8 hours taking the floor apart to find out how far the water damage went or how far the water went, and put all the water planks, or I mean the planks outside in the garage, kind of let them dry out a little bit, dry the floor, clean it, and then I gave myself a tutorial lesson on putting the planks back together.
Mm.
And that was a fun, not fun task that took a while to do.
I was going to
And
ask you if you just had extra ones that you just put down
no,
replacements.
I had a few extra, and I ended up using most of the old ones I had. It doesn't look nearly as good as it used to. I've had to do some touch up work on it, but it's very expensive to replace. So I did not want to spend an extra couple grand to get it replaced. So for now, we're going to let it ride. we're going to let it, we're just going to let it ride for a while, and
It's
fix
character.
it.
That's what it is.
Yeah, it definitely has character now, but it doesn't
It's
look
helpful.
horrible. Yeah,
Yeah.
unless you're me, I don't think you would notice most of it. But I definitely have to do some touch on it. So that was an interesting thing.
Hmm. You
And
know,
not only that,
we're getting older, right? We're talking about home repair.
oh yeah, it's like a progressive commercial, right?
Yep. You can save by bundling your home and auto. Anyway, sorry.
Go ahead and contact us, Progressive. Maybe you can
Yeah,
do us
yeah,
some money.
really. Yeah, yeah, pay for us.
We'll have flow
Um,
on it. Hey, I did an interview with a tool guy the last episode, Jason. So there you
oh
go.
yeah.
Den of Tools. Everybody check him out. He was a great interview. He's a guy that does tool reviews.
Hmm.
Every week he has weekly specials that are coming out, like on the Amazon. He'll go through Amazon, Home Depot,
Interesting. Yeah,
let you know what kind of tools are on sale that are usually not on sale or that are in
yeah.
high demand. He's a very interesting guy.
Hmm.
A guy named Jeff King. So it was interesting to hear him talk about his experience and what led him into being a YouTube influencer. And I'm actually going to look into having maybe see if I can contact. You're probably familiar with this because you're a bit of a prepper, aren't you, Jason? A little bit of a prepper, not a little bit of a prepper. You don't prep at all. Never heard of prepping.
I don't
Awkward
answer
silence.
questions.
Anyway, there's a guy named Urban Prepper, and I'm going to try to see if he could come on sometime just to talk to
Hmm.
him about what he does and that sort of thing. I think that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah.
So, so
Gee, try to
there.
get me to give up all my secrets. Anyway.
Everybody should prep a little bit. I mean, if you're not prepping a little bit, you're just going to be sitting in the dark when it's cold outside and your power goes out.
Yep. 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 Yep.
Jason concurs. Do you concur, sir?
Yeah, and I had a little issue happen on our driveway, our house that's, maybe 3 years old total, I think. Um, the driveway, Amanda went out, my wife went out and said, "Hey, there's still some salt on the driveway." And I was like, "What? Why is there still salt? We've had rain since, I put salt on the." Oh no, that was the driveway flaking apart on the top.
Hmm.
And I'm like, "Why would they?" I said, "My mom's driveway is 50 something years old and it's not doing that. Like, what in the world?"
Hmm.
Apparently, it was not the salt I put down. It was actually the freezing and thawing. There was probably some porous areas in there, and it must have been right on the top. And when they poured it, I mean, they probably just didn't know it was there. Didn't get all the air out, and so it flaked off where the air was, where the pockets were. So a bit of a textured part of my driveway now. Um,
Yeah. Wow.
so it just is what it is. It costs too much to re-pour a driveway. So
Oh yeah, absolutely.
um, we're gonna extend my patio since this is this new and a little bit older house show tonight. Um, we we're gonna extend my patio on the bottom under the deck, like all the way under the deck, because it's only half of the deck underneath is patio is concreted. So we're gonna do that and extend it out. And I'm like, well, we got any extra? We may want to just do some kind of maybe a patch of some sort on that driveway. But I mean, it's not deep at all. It's just barely like even like an eighth of an inch deep, but it's just annoying because it looks weird
Hmm.
on a house that's brand new almost. So, but
Yeah,
anyway,
that's a shame. Um, when I first moved into my house is older, not um, older than 10 or 15 years, but there was a hole in the driveway. I don't know if I ever showed you that. It was near my garage, and it was about maybe about as big as a baseball, and it was just kind of it was just there, and it was like a car. It was like a carved out little sinkhole type. I mean, it's not a sinkhole, but it was like a literal hole that just kind of like looked like somebody dug it out in the concrete, in the middle of the concrete. So I just went and got some quick set or something like that from Home Depot and just shoved it in there. And you can see where it is still, but it's full of concrete now. But it was just so bizarre that one spot was there.
I'm used to holes at Gene's house. I helped him with a few.
Yes, you did. Jason helped me
Pick
put that one time.
up a fence and realized why you pay people to put up a fence.
Oh yes,
But yeah,
built character for me.
it was something. The most fun part was digging into a hole and making a hole a little wider, and all of a sudden, yellow jackets. I was like, oh, hey, I'm gonna run,
Oh,
and nobody's gonna see the yellow jackets. They're just gonna see me running around like a crazy person. But
and I think
but
the fun
yeah,
part, for me, the honest fun part was probably using the nail gun.
oh
That's a
yeah,
pretty that's a
yeah.
pretty
That's
fun
sad.
one.
That's satisfying, is what that is.
That, yeah, that did not feel like work once I was putting up the planks and you know
I know you almost felt like this is way too much fun. Um,
yeah,
yeah, I'll be
like putting a
doing
pillow
using a
together.
nail gun again in my basement eventually when I start doing framing in the basement. Um,
Oh
so,
yeah, I feel like Tim Allen. Oh yeah, you got you, you got a new compressor, air compressor.
yes.
You
Um,
got a gun for that, right?
yeah, yeah.
I thought you did. I couldn't remember if you had a nail gun.
No, I don't have one yet, but
Oh, I thought you had a nail gun.
you can also get the electric pass load, you know, nail guns too, which work pretty well. But yeah, so we're doing a. People don't know I'm going to be doing a mid-century modern lounge style media room in my basement. Um,
I like the NPR voice for that.
that's right, folks. It's smooth as a martini. No, yes, but no, with a lot of Danish mid mod. So a lot of like Don Draper, if anybody watches that show or watch that show, Mad Men, that kind of style from like the early to mid '60s into the late '60s Danish mid mod. So very clean, a lot of wood and lines and stuff going. So it'll be neat. I'll be employing my sister's help, who is an interior designer by trade, with that one. But yeah, so that'll be a fun project. I already have a friend of mine donating to me a projector and a motorized screen that goes up and down. So
Well,
that'll
you're
be
welcome,
good.
Jason. I do what I can. I mean,
Yeah, Gene, I don't remember
that's,
you saying that, but anyway, that
I'm
is a
married with
good
kids. I have no money, Jason. Come on.
that is a good friend of mine, Monty, who has that. Um, and it's like the perfect size to cover the window, so I don't have to make a weird hall to block out daylight. I can use the screen with a backer on it to block out the daylight if I want to watch something during the day. So
Well, Jason, once it's ready and I'm not invited to the first movie night, I will shun you. And you will not
yeah,
be unshunned until I get invited to the next one.
yeah, it's kind of interesting because looking at the basement, it's like okay, this can be home improvement show, I guess. Looking at the base,
Hey, this is free. You do what you want, man. We
I
got no
know.
agenda tonight, baby.
Uh,
I don't call Jason baby. I just did that time one time. Sorry
well,
about that, Jason.
it warms my heart. But anyway, so we're gonna be
Let's
doing
go
this.
ahead.
It's interesting because when the one thing that sets up the entire floor plan is the bathtub in the bathroom down there. Once you set that bathtub where it's going to be, that dictates the whole floor plan because that dictates how wide the bathroom is and how wide everything, So I will have a full bath downstairs.
Oh, you will, huh?
hmm And yeah, I'm going to make it a little wider so we can it'll be a narrower hallway on the outside, but it will be able to have some built-in shelving cabinets. So it'll be nice.
You have a plumber?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. I've got a good friend of mine who runs a plumbing trade school. So they will be
Yeah.
doing or helps run a plumbing trade school. So they will be doing that, most of that. My
Oh,
dude.
yeah. I mean, well, are you talking about Keith?
Yep.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
so his guys will probably come and do a lot of it. Um, but yeah, then there's electrical because there's only one plug in my basement. Um, so I
Yes.
have to choose. I can't keep if I run the dehumidifier. I can't use the shop vac and can't use any tools. So it's like you know, it's something I've wanted to do for a long time. So just never had
Yeah.
the space to do it, and I'm not going to do it halfway. So I will wait as long as it takes to get it done right. I'm going to consult with a friend of mine, Stewart, on soundproofing.
Hmm.
He used to be head tech at THX, so he's pretty good at that stuff. He can kind of point me in the right way for a general consumer to buy stuff and not something on the industrial crazy expensive level. Um,
Yeah.
but haven't decided yet. I might actually float the floor a little in there to control the sound as well. But maybe not much, like half inch to a three quarters of an inch. But you know, it's a big, like I said, big design project going on in my head right now. So,
Yeah.
which is the best place
I,
and the cheapest place for it to go on is in my head. so,
I understand
but
that. I mean, I would.
but
Yeah.
I mean, we all
I
have.
might add a whole wing to my house if I had the money right now.
Hmm, yeah, they won't let us do that here in this neighborhood, but yeah.
Uh,
um,
well, you have good square footage for your house, so that's good.
yeah, it's good.
I mean, for your basement especially.
Yeah, I mean the basement was definitely a bonus. So I'll be adding a certain room for to go when things go awry. That I will
Mhm.
not tell where it is or what's in it. But my safe room, shall
Cryptic.
we say, um, which there's already a perfect spot for it, so that'll be fun. But yeah, there we go. So now we go to Gene to talk to us about some new products. No,
Jason, you either just bored people or you just really got their attention. I don't know which one.
that's right. And now
No,
the main stress I have with all this is what will be the first film played in there. Yeah,
mm. Well, for you, it's got to be American Graffiti. I'm sorry, or
possibly,
New Hope.
possibly. I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to.
Those are my two suggestions. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you have like a Saturday little marathon of
Oh, there'll
Star
definitely be a
Wars,
marathon. Yeah, there'll be a marathon
like
of
little
something.
Star Wars 1, 2, little New
I
Hope
might
Empire
have a
Strikes Back.
top 5 of my movies marathon actually.
Hey,
Something
you do what you
something
want.
akin to that. Um, somebody in the bar in the corner pouring the gin and tonics. No, I'm kidding. Have a full on '60s party. No, Yeah, man. So it'll be fun. It's just like I said, it's just an idea down the road. For now, I actually have my temporary media room, Gina's seen it, set up in our loft area, um, which has odes to the mid-century era in it, um, but is not fully committed to that. Um, but yeah,
Hmm.
so and it's just got a small TV, 65 inch.
Yeah, small, tiny.
All right. On that note, talking about nostalgia, do you remember when if somebody had like a 27-inch, we thought it was the biggest TV in the world back in the day when we, when we were younger? The tube TVs were like you look at the
Yeah,
size that were actually big in tube TVs now,
yeah.
and they're
27-inch was
tiny.
a big TV.
I mean, I remember I bought a 32-inch one time, and I thought, oh my gosh, I can't even, and a 36-inch, and I couldn't even hardly lift it.
Yeah,
It was
yeah. I
so
mean,
huge. It's like, but it's only
well,
36 inches. So,
as you know, toward the end of that era, what would that have been like the late '90s? The
yeah,
the tube ones got slightly lighter,
slide,
and
yeah.
you could get a 32-inch pretty easily, and two people could
Yeah, but
handle it. You
36
know,
inch ain't happening. That's a three
no,
person job.
yeah,
I had a
27 was kind of the sweet spot for a little while there
I had
when it got
a
short.
I had a 36-inch Toshiba. Gene probably remembers that beast of a TV I had.
Hmm.
Had to have that special reinforced Toshiba TV stand to hold the weight of it.
You thought you were hot stuff with that thing, didn't you?
Yeah, it was getting rid of
You're
it
like, I
was
don't
the
have to
hard.
buy another TV for the next 20 years, do I?
Yeah. Well, because plasmas were coming out then, and we're all like, I ain't paying $8,000 for a TV. That's ridiculous.
Right. Hmm.
Yeah. Now you can, probably buy a TV for $300 that outperforms just about anything. So it's like
Yeah.
it's just funny how things have morphed into that to where like behind me here is this 50-inch that I've had forever,
Hmm.
and it looks small compared to the 65-inch that's out there in the other room, and it's like what in the world, um,
Yeah, I have. I mean, unfortunately, with TVs, they are getting cheaper, which is nice, but they are also turning into like the cheap laptop PCs, where it's like the slightest thing can damage them.
yep,
Like if you barely run into it, you break the corner of it.
yep.
They're not exactly built. That's the downside of not having a TV that's built like a tank.
Yeah, the old TVs, the old tube TVs, where if you ran into it, it would break you. Yeah.
Yeah, I've
What?
decided that I've decided that I am probably just going to remain analog on some things in life, and one of those things I think will probably be my reading. Like I think I just
Oh
enjoy
yeah.
reading paper books over. I mean,
I'm
I
I'm
realize the readers are okay, and I've never really used one, but I just enjoy having paper in my hands.
I mean, they do a
Reading.
pretty good job with like those whatever they are, Kindles and other things to make it look like print. But I'm with you. I'd rather have a because then you've always got it too. You've always got that book, as opposed
Right.
to like something has that device, you're not get a good connection, whatever. You don't have it.
It doesn't run out of batteries.
No, it doesn't.
Or,
Um,
it just sits there waiting for you to open it again.
doesn't need a password to get into it.
No
Um,
passwords unless you put a lock on it like a diary.
you know, but yeah, I mean, that's definitely I mean, my wife would agree with you. She's a reading nut, and yeah, I
Oh,
agree with you
voluminous
too.
reader,
Oh yeah, I agree with you. As well. It's just there's something to be said for an actual book,
eh? Mm-hmm.
uh, which is what we're gonna tell our child as well. We're gonna have them raised very much electronic free as much as we can. Um,
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't.
no
Yeah,
no screens, none of that mess. You're gonna have a childhood like we did, dadgummit.
yeah.
If I had to find an old Atari 2600, I will, dadgummit. You know.
Well,
Um,
I mean, this is a personal opinion, but I really don't think that kids need any kind of. Now, if you want to give them a dumb phone when they're like 14, 15,
yeah,
like a flip phone, that's fine, so they can keep up with them while they're away. But um, I really don't think until you're probably at least 16, 17, 18, you'd really need to have any kind of smartphone.
yeah.
That's just a
Wow,
personal.
they're just phones now. That's it's like there's not really a distinction anymore. But yeah, I'm with you on that. But yeah, it's
And
interesting.
and I'm just going to say this,
Say
uh,
it and
I'm
say
not.
it.
I do like streaming,
Yeah.
especially things that I don't have a lot of interest in. Like it's a one and done watch deal. But
Yeah.
I am becoming more and more in love with physical media when it comes to. Now, there's not a ton of movies that I love, but when it comes to something that I actually like, I want to buy the album or the CD or the DVD.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Gene. As I sit
Oh,
2 floors above my movie collection. Yeah.
uh-huh.
I mean,
And I
that's what
hear
I'm
it's
saying.
coming.
What's that?
I hear it's coming back. Physical media.
Well, I mean, we know records, album LPs have. Vinyl is definitely surged back,
Yeah.
which is surprising, honestly. Um, yeah, I thought, oh, it'll be a novelty and then it'll go away. No, it's actually back. Um, to where you could run a record store and actually probably make some money these days. So,
Mm-hmm.
if we ever get tired, Gene, we want to
CDs
just.
are making a bit of a comeback.
What's that?
The CDs are also making a bit of a comeback.
Yeah, but CD's still compressed. It's not as warm as vinyl. Um,
Right.
you
It's
know,
just very
you
more. It's just very convenient.
you just take warm sound, you compress it, and then you uncompress it, and you lose a
Mm-hmm.
lot of it. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's not as fragile either as vinyl. You don't have to worry about scratching. I mean, we have scratched CDs before, but it's harder to do that. Um, but yeah, I mean, it is interesting to see. And on that note, for Gene's recent milestone birthday, I did give him a stack of some good vinyl that I thought he would love.
And I appreciate it very much. I would show it
I,
off, but we're
you
about to
know,
go.
I'm not one to give. I hate gift cards. I know people like them, and I hate. I can't. I have to think about a gift, and make it mean. I just can't. I have to be creative with it. I can't just.
Yeah.
I understand there's a place for the gift cards or whatever. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I like to be creative and think of something that kind of makes people go, "Whoa!" When you give it to them, it's like something they didn't
Well,
expect. Which is why I never liked lists for Christmas or any of that mess. I'm like, no, 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 surprise me. You know, yeah, and
I
that's
like it. I give out lists.
I can't because then it's like, oh, I got what I asked for. Yay! There's no
Well, I usually
surprise
give
in the
like a
gift.
long list. Like I'll give a list. Like here's some things that I like. Like I might list some bands that I like, or albums I might like, books I
Gene's
might
that
like, topics I might like.
Gene's in there
Things.
circling things in the Sears catalog.
Oh yeah.
But no, you know what I mean. Like I can have an idea of kind of what somebody likes, but I'm like, I just like to buy it. Like obviously, if you're buying something for somebody for that I have a wedding or a baby registry, yes, you know, you do offer that. Don't go off the registry when you do that kind of stuff. People don't do it. But there's, but when it comes to like birthday and holiday, I'm like, I can't. I have to be creative. And
Here's something that I tell people that I try to do because it is the age of gift cards. It's been for a long time, so I
yeah,
get a lot of. Um, and what I do though, like somebody gave me a $50 gift card for like let's just say Amazon or
yeah,
Target, something like that. I like
not
to
not
actually
not
buy them.
sponsors of the show, by the way. Anyway,
No, you
yeah,
can be if you want, but if they gave me a $50 gift card, what I'll do is take a picture of the thing that I bought with the gift card and send it to them. Say, oh, like you gave me
yeah,
this $100 gift card. Here's some shoes I bought with it. I appreciate the gift. So they don't just say, oh, I gave them a $50 gift card and that was the end of that one. And I
yeah,
try not to spend it like, oh, I need some more toilet paper. Let me go spend $20 at the Home Depot with the Home Depot card I got. No, I'm gonna if you give me a $50 gift card at the Home Depot, I'm gonna go try to buy some tool that I need, or I'm not just gonna go buy like some new bulbs for the lights. I try not to make it just sort of like a necessity. Try to make it a gift that I can use and have.
So what I gave Gene was first pressings, original pressings of some good albums. Some albums that I know me and him both like, but stuff that I had either had or went out and found a few of them. But then it inspired me to put more, and then I was like, I gotta stop because I'm gonna give him like 40 records, and he won't be able to lift the bag. So it's like it's just fun, and it's also kind of fun of the hunt too. Like that's why I think vinyl's a good thing to go look for because there's the hunt to find something. Um, and I think it's like musical antiquing, I guess is the word I'm trying to use. And
Antiquing.
yeah, musical antiquing.
I like that,
Um,
Jason.
I stopped short of saying auditory anthropology or auditory archaeology. Whoa.
Don't be going
Anyway,
over my.
it's big words for a Thursday. But yeah, that's what's part of, I think part of vinyl's draw is because you go into one of those vinyl stores, you don't know what you're going to find. I mean, yeah, they've got it alphabetical, but they may not have the album you want. They'll have every other album from the artist, but they're not going to have the one you want. Like they may not. So it's the chase and the search that's the fun part, which is what's kind of kept it back in the realm of popularity. I think.
Well, let me end it on this then.
In
Tell me your favorite vinyl store in Georgia to visit.
in the Metro Atlanta area, which is where we are broadcasting from right now, folks.
Or your top three. I don't care.
Top three, huh? Oh, why you gotta put me on the spot, Gene?
Oh
Um,
my god! It's like asking for a baby. Favorite baby.
it's yeah, you know. Um, I don't know. I would say probably because I can have a favorite store that's not necessarily the cheapest either. Um,
Interesting.
this is you put me on the spot, Gene. Um, well, Tower Records. I'm kidding. Um, Turtles? No. Peach Rig. No, no. Anyway,
Hmm.
um, let's see. I would say probably my favorite one because he gets rare stuff in and he's priced pretty fairly. Is Moe's Records right off the square in Gainesville, Georgia.
Okay.
Moe used to actually manage a Turtles back in the day, apparently, and the man knows his stuff. Um, but he doesn't price things. He's like around the $8 or $9 range for most used stuff, unless it's something odd. Um, he's the kind of guy I'll be sitting there talking about an album he's got, and then by the end of the conversation, I bought it. You know, we were sitting in there one day, and he was showing me something he found, and it was the soundtrack to Rad, the movie Rad. Yeah, I bought it.
Send
So
me an
I
angel.
I have the vinyl soundtrack of Rad in my record collection because of that conversation.
Ah,
So that one I think is my favorite all around. I'm trying to remember the name of the antique mall flea market place up north of Clayton, Georgia.
hmm.
It's like up north town of Clayton, Georgia, on the way out of Clayton, going towards
Okay.
whatever's out after Clayton, um, that direction. Like on, I guess it's a roundabout way to go up to Cherokee, but um, there's a mountain. It's like Mountain Mall, Mountain Antiques, or Mountain something like that. Anyway, but in the
Hmm.
middle, like one of the middle aisles, huge aisle, just nothing but vinyl. This one guy has all of this vinyl, like the biggest collection I've ever seen in one of those places. It's not a booth; it's like the entire aisle
Wow.
in the middle is full of vinyl. And then right next to him is a guy who restores old audio equipment and resells it. Like he
Oh, that's
upgrades it
cool.
with. And I actually bought a 1960s Pioneer stereo receiver from him. Um, so I would have something later on if I wanted to do a listening station somewhere. Um, but so I would say that's probably my second favorite.
Hmm.
And I don't know, like there's so many that have popped up here and there. Um,
Well, let me narrow it down for you then. If somebody were to ask you I guess in and around the perimeter of Atlanta, where would you tell them to go? If they were like an Atlanta person,
mm,
are there any like Midtown or anywhere in that area?
you would used to say criminal records, but no,
Hmm.
um, not anymore.
Okay.
Because they have mostly all new vinyl, and it's like if anybody knows anything about vinyl these days, new vinyl's like 30-40 bucks. It's crazy. Although I did find that's where I found my pristine copy of NXS's Kick was at in their little $5 used section. It was like perfect. Um, But I would say probably what is the name of the place? Wax and Stacks in Little Five.
Okay, I've
Um,
heard of that.
maybe Wuxtree. There's one in Athens, and then there's one in Decatur. Um, those are probably the two that kind of jump out at me. But there's a lot more. I mean, there's a monthly or quarterly Atlanta record CD show that kind of moves around from like it
Mhm.
goes from Cobb County to Memorial Drive in Stone Mountain, actually,
Okay,
North Harrison, which was interesting. I took my father in law to that one. He's like, and drove him around where I grew up. And he's like, yeah, let's not stop. I said, no, don't worry. We're not stopping. Um, so that's where you can find a lot of stuff. You're gonna find what you want at one of the shows, like any of the trade kind of shows like that, when they have them. But you're also gonna find stuff you've never seen. Like I never knew that there was '90s, early '90s alternative pressed on vinyl, and you find like I found Soundgarden's, Super Unknown on the
mm-hmm.
wall for $2,800 because it was signed by the whole band. Um, Pearl Jam's 10. There was a German pressing from '91 there, and I was like, "Whoa!" You're tempted, but you're like, "Yeah, no, I would just sit that would be on the wall, and I would never use it." So, you'll find odd stuff like that. But I would say you find two or three and just kind of camp out on it. There's comeback vinyl in Alpharetta, which is a pretty good store. They're a little high priced, but there's very nice, fun staff there. You don't feel, even though it's an Alpharetta, it doesn't feel as stuffy as Alpharetta. Um, but yeah, there's a few of those different places there. There was a place up at Mall of Georgia. What was it? Second and Charles. It was I guess was a national chain store, but they had a whole huge used vinyl section. It was crazy. It was vinyl and books and old video games and stuff. It was insane. But they closed down. Um, every now and then you'll find the little places like that. And don't let the small places fool you. Sometimes your antique malls are the best place to go. They have all the different booths with vendors.
Sure.
That's where you're going to find a big selection. There's for one to go to that's got multiple booths. There's Queen of Hearts in Buford. That one's good. Um, there's a lot of places out there.
Okay. Well,
You
we're
know,
gonna close it out, Jason. Um,
and thank you for all the participating stores in this talk.
maybe we can have more of a vinyl talk next time. I don't know.
Yeah,
We'll
we kind
see.
of went all over the gamut, didn't we? From home repair to
Oh,
technology to audio.
so it is. Well, all right, Jason. Thanks for joining me, and thank you for joining me, those that are listening. And we'll
That's
see
right.
y'all next.
Like and subscribe.
All right, Jason. We'll see you out.
See ya.